everybody. Welcome to the Calm Quill, and this is Shelly, and I am going to do a walkthrough video of my very first paperback junk journal. I usually had made hardcover ones, and then I just decided one day that I was gonna go ahead and try making a paperback and sewing it, and I really enjoyed how it turned out. And so I might at some point in the future do a process video on making a paperback junk journal with the sewing technique. But for now, I'm just going to do a walkthrough of this Victorian Devotional junk journal. So what I mean by devotional junk journal is many of the prompts in here are prompting you to think about the Bible and think about some of the things in the Word of God that would cause you to maybe slow down and be mindful of your life and of the life that God has given you. And so that's really what this junk journal is really trying to accomplish for the reader and for the journaler who might go through something like this, is that the prompts would just cause you to think about some things that would help you to slow down your life and to live in a state of simplicity and thoughtfulness. So I'm just going to get right into this. I'm going to go through it as quickly as I can, but I know that there's often questions about what kinds of things you use to make certain things. So I'll try to answer some of those, but in the future you can look for some of my videos that might show you how to do these different techniques that I have in this. But first of all, it's paperback. I used a thicker kind of paper in the cover, and I measured it in such a way that I could fold the inside over and create pockets in the front and a pocket in the back. And then I just covered the binding here with some fabric. So I really enjoyed how it turned out, and I just like the feel of it. It is rather full. It's got some tabs. You can see it's got some fabric and lace that comes out and some little charms that are coming off of the dividers. So here's the cover, and I'm just gonna try to go through this really as quick as I can. The first page here, I've got a little letter in here that's from me that kind of describes what a devotional junk journal is and what Christian mindfulness is, and then some extra writing paper there. And this is a pocket here. You'll see a lot of the papers that I have used in this junk journal. It comes from My Porch Prints on Etsy. I love some of the things that they put out, and I've used a lot of their papers in here. So just so you know, a little bit of ephemera and some more writing paper. And this is just coffee dyed writing paper, and I stamped it here and embossed it. So love that coffee paper. I love it. All right, on this page I used a pocket here that I got this idea from Pam at the Paper Outpost on YouTube. I love some of her ideas are really just simple and fast and easy. And so I have quite a few journaling cards because I really love to journal, and I like to provide space for people. Bookmark. This is some paper and ephemera that I got from Tim Holtz. It's a pack of ephemera that I got from him. And this is just a doily that I used vintage ink on it to give it a vintage look, and then some music here. And when I put my pages together, I used some of these decorative papers to insert every so often, and so I liked the colors of that one. This is again from my porch prints, and I love this idea that you can just kind of fold paper up. I crumpled it, I distressed it to look old, and then this, I just put a little medallion here with some fabric right there, a little bit of ribbon. And this is just one of my favorite quotes on my Christian mindfulness, which is different than some mindfulness thinking out there. Mindfulness thinking is, as psychologists have taken on this idea of helping people to find a place of mindfulness. But Christian mindfulness has been around for centuries. It's the idea of meditating, but it's meditating, not trying to empty your mind with nothing, but the meditation for the Christian is about filling your mind with what we find the strength in, which is the Word of God. So your Christian mindfulness really is about quieting your spirit, your soul, and filling it with the Word of God. And this is a quote from Amy G. Oden from Right Here, Right Now, great book on Christian mindfulness. Christian mindfulness is the practice of paying prayerful attention in the present moment to God's abundant life, because He does have an abundant life for us. It may not be the life that we think we're looking for. His abundance is so different than the world's ideas of abundance. But his idea, God's ideas of abundance, really do provide joy and peace in our life, unlike anything else. So, great quote. This is some of that textured paper, and if you look on my channel, you will see I showed this quick process in making this, and this is that glassine paper. I just stuck it on that, and I sewed it into my signature. If you know about signatures, you understand what I just said, but when you're making up a book, usually make them up with separate signatures. A collection of papers that you sew together and then bind in. So this is one signature here, and this is another signature here, and you can see that's where the center of the book is. Just so you know, kind of interesting. But anyway, so I sewed this in texturized paper here. These are just some pockets that I made out of paper and out of old book pages that we all who make these junk journals have, because we find these old books and we gut them and we have these papers left over that we want to use. We don't want to just throw away paper. So I'm using it, and this is writing card, journaling card that I slipped in there, and some journaling paper. I made this paper out of rice paper, and then I coffee dyed it, and then it has a really great quote on here that I won't take the time to read, but it's a quote on abundant living. And then this is just a little more writing paper with a little ephemera here on the bottom. So this is a prompt talking about, this page is really talking about things that we're waiting for. You know, we spend our whole life waiting for certain things to happen. And if you're always waiting for something to happen in your future, you're missing what's happening right now in your life. That's this page. So really going to be fun to journal about this, and what I have there is the prompt. Okay, this is some more writing and a quote from 1 Kings 19:1 through 17, and this is a journaling card that's prompting you to journal about being mindful. So that's that. I made this out of a doily and I sewed it into my signature, so you're going to see the other side of the doily a little bit later. But I loved how this turned out. I took the doily and I stamped it with acrylic paint, used a lighter color here and then a darker color on the outside. So when you flip it in, you've got this, what do you call it? You just have that imprint there. So I liked how that page turned out. That was fun to do. And just some more rice paper that I coffee dyed, and also gives you some extra space to journal. And then some more glassine paper that's just there for the texture and the fun. Love the feel of it. Okay, on this page I have a little tag, or actually a big tag, and this page is talking about being rooted. Where are you rooted? And I've just been learning a lot this year about roots, root systems, and root stuff in our lives, things that are just rooted deep down in our life. And I'll probably talk more about that in other videos, but it's just such an incredible thing to journey through root systems in our life. And you can tell a root by its fruit. I like that thought. And so that comes from a book that I've been reading called I Will Give You Rest. And he talks a lot about rootedness, and it's really about inner healing. All right, moving along. I love how I can just kind of give these little mini devotionals for every page, but you get the idea. Every page has a different thought in here. Okay, you're going to see here that I have lace that has come around the side of this, and I have a video coming out that's going to show you the process for making this page, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with that, but this is an envelope here that has lace covering it. I have some journaling paper inside of this, and this is another prompting experience and talking about savoring the moment. And so I've got some writing materials here, and this little pocket which I've put some lace in, so I like how that turned out. And then some more little writing paper with some rice paper in. Oh, I'm sorry, actually it's not. There's some rice paper and some regular paper that I have coffee dyed, and that is in my little pocket. And this page is a quote from St. Augustine book, a little bookmark that has another little pocket in it and more writing space for the journaler, as well as another card for writing. And then this is just a really pretty picture. Love is the beauty of the soul. And there you have the other side of the doily from back here. So you see this side, and then it came over on this side. And again, I just stamped it. I used stamp ink, I should say, on this. And then I used a gold, I don't know what, let me see what this is called, metallic luster. This stuff I use all the time. I really enjoy using this. You can just kind of trim out anything in it. And that's what this is. Gold luster. Put some flowers in there. And then this is just I sewed this in to a sheet here that I just sewed several pieces of writing paper, and then I glued it into the page. And here I have some other little goodies. This is another page from, I believe this is from my porch prints, but I'm not sure about that. I have to go back and look. This is just a cute little picture, and then I have some more writing space in here. And this is actually this is all about traveling, and in here I talk about the idea that, you know, when you need a change in your life, sometimes it's hard because you don't, you know, some of us can't just pack up and travel and get out of the place, you know what I mean? And so this journaling prompt is really talking about how we can travel to a different place, just staying at home, and I give some ideas on what you can do to feel fresh and renewed just in your own house, and then some journaling space so that you can come up with your own ideas of where and how to travel without leaving home. Ha! I love that idea, right? I don't even have to leave my house, which comes in handy for times when maybe we have to stay home. Not saying that that's happened to any of us recently, right? But it is nice to know that we can change things up. So that's this whole prompt. And then the other side of my textured paper that I had back here. So there you have the other side of my signature. And then just some extra writing space here. The middle of the signature, which I have this beautiful picture, Victorian picture there, and of course some more writing space and some little pockets here that you can pull out, and then there's more writing journaling cards for that, and same for back here. So that is that. And then I made this little bookmark here with some ribbons and lace, and you can actually use it to bookmark 2 separate places if you want. Sometimes you're working on 2 pages at once maybe, and you need to put in some bookmarks. And this one is all about tea time. And so I have some tea in here, and I've got a cute little poem that talks about the treasures of life, some writing paper, and just some little extra, I don't know what you call merchandise receipt there. So that all can go back in there in this little pocket. So it's supposed to give the idea of being very cheerful and sunny. Then this is what they call a belly band, and it's just got some lace with some Victorian paper there, and this is another little poem that I put in here called God's Devotion, and inside is another little poem. So God's Devotion, and then these little paper clips here for that card, and another little journaling card with the tag. This is some more fun coffee dyed glossine. I just actually use that glossine paper. And a little tuck here that I have, I just made out of some different papers. This one's actually glued in. This one is left open so that I can put some journaling cards and some tags in there. And this is my little flower, paper flower. I have a process video for that if it's not out yet, it will be out soon. So you can check out my channel to find out how I made those. Super simple and very fast. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you could do that, and then you can get in on all of these things when they hit. This is another journaling card that I made out of some heavier paper and some ribbon. Another journaling card there. This is textured paper. Again, I showed how I did this. It's the same technique that I used for this other textured paper here. I just put this on some linen type paper, yellow paper, and the texture is just so cool. And it's probably hard to see in this video because it's white. It's hard to see, but maybe you can see it if I lift it up like that, and just check out that it turns out so nice when you use that technique. And then just some more paper, Tim Holtz tissue type paper, music, and some ephemera that I got from his pack. Writing paper. This is some more paper that I coffee dyed. And then this is a little writing idea. I think I got this idea from Pam at the Paper Outpost. She always has very quick and easy ideas on how to fold papers and make them cute. Be still and know that I am God. And then there's some music here for inspiration, old hymns. If you don't know some of these old hymns, they're treasures. And then this is the center of this signature that's just left open to add whatever the journaler would like to add there, and some more pockets. This is actually a flip pocket that you make, and then you can stick that in there, and then it's more journaling space. So when you open the page, actually, you open the page to it looking like this, and then you flip it up. I got that idea from Gail Agostinelli. She's also on YouTube, and I really enjoy her. And she got it from somewhere else, and I'm sorry I don't know the name of the lady that she got this idea from, but you can check her out. Another journaling prompt. This is talking about doing one thing at a time, because we like to do so many things at one time. We think that we can multitask, and they've done studies to show that that's impossible. Your brain can only think about one thing at a time. And what happens in multitasking, technically speaking, is your brain's just moving back and forth between 2 or 3 thoughts very rapidly, so it makes it feel like you're thinking about a lot of things in one time, but you're really only thinking about one thing very rapidly, thinking about a lot of things, but at different times. So all that to say, we really just need to simplify, don't we? And so this is a little study on, it's called It's High Time. And then another journaling envelope here, which is kind of fun, tucked in a flower. Another coffee dyed doily, and again, just talking about taking your time. Some writing space, some more textured paper here, some more little pockets that I made, and stamping that I did. This whole page is talking about slowing down while you're cooking. So I have some ideas in this that I've put in here about things that you can do while you are cooking. Some of us have to put dinners together for our families, and sometimes it just gets like, I've got to get this done, and it's not a fun experience. But I'm talking about really turning it into a mindful cooking experience. And so I've got some ideas there for that. And then some more writing, journaling papers to go with it. So that's fun. I love to cook, and I love to take my time cooking. So another writing card, and another one of those flips that you can flip out and have more writing space. Scene paper. And then I just thought this was so pretty, this picture here. So I turned it into more writing space. And just clip it in here with a little paper clip, and I put a little charm on the paper clip. Another little envelope to write on, coffee dyed paper, and more journaling space. And then my last page here, just some more writing paper. So this is my devotional junk journal that has lots of prompts to help you be mindful. So I hope you enjoyed going through that. I really enjoyed making it, and I'm probably going to be making lots more of these with the same kinds of prompts in them. So if you have any questions about it, please comment below in my comment section and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you join me when I am here doing my thing. All right, talk to you later. Have a great day.